More to bring you now on that breaking news that we've been hearing from Kyiv. In the last hour, we've heard that 190 Ukrainian and Russian prisoners of war have been swapped following mediation by the United Arab Emirates. Let's take you straight to Kyiv. We can join our Ukraine correspondent James Waterhouse, who is there. James, good to see you. What do we know about this prisoner exchange?
Well, it seems to be a sizable one. This is, these types of agreements, these types of exchanges have happened more than 50 times now, where Russia and Ukraine meet on the border and make such exchanges. It looks like 95 soldiers have been exchanged on both sides. On the Ukrainian side, there was the sight of buses coming in with gaunt-appearing soldiers with their heads shaven. And it's interesting when you look at what the Ukrainian government are saying about who has been exchanged. They include soldiers defending the city of Mariupol in 2022, in those raw early months of the full-scale invasion. They included a helicopter crew that flew into the besieged city to help those that were trapped at the steelworks there. And they also include personnel fighting in the southern Kherson region, the eastern Donetsk region, as well as in the Kyiv region itself. Many will remember when the Russian forces moved in then. So we are talking about soldiers who have been in captivity for some time. We've had patches throughout this war where there have been little to no exchanges taking place. In 2022, when Ukraine was liberating territory later on in the year, those exchanges were sort of steeped in Ukraine's favour in terms of the numbers of soldiers being exchanged. This one seems fairly equal, and it represents an appetite on both sides for these exchanges to continue. So I think, in a period where good news in a military sense is hard to come by for Kyiv, this has certainly been welcomed as you see soldiers reunited with their families, soldiers who have been assumed missing or dead until this point.
James, a large number of prisoners exchanged, but do we have any idea of the total number of POWs there are on both sides?
Neither side specifies on that. I think because it's sensitive in the sense that these men, mostly men, there are women who have been captured too, but the majority are men. They are seen as currency, bargaining chips, frankly, in these negotiations. This kind of one area of cooperation between Ukraine and Russia alongside the fighting. We know that more than 3,500 Ukrainian soldiers, because Kyiv has published the figures, have been exchanged. You would assume that there is a similar number on the Russian side. So that we're talking about a significant amount of personnel. But of course, when sides have become frustrated in this war of attrition, the taking of a soldier as a prisoner is not guaranteed. There have been allegations and evidence levelled, particularly on the Russian side, of surrendering soldiers being shot and targeted. But it is clear that soldiers are still being captured and still being exchanged in this way.